Welcome to Echoes Untold, where history whispers, and we listen. Today, we're diving into a maritime tragedy lost in time, the sinking of the Russian submarine AG-15. A story that has largely been forgotten, overshadowed by larger naval disasters, yet one that speaks to the dangers of early submarine warfare and the risks faced by the men who ventured beneath the sea. The AG-15 was not lost in battle, but in what should have been a routine training exercise. What went wrong? Was it human error, a tragic collision, or an overlooked mechanical failure? Join us as we uncover the mystery of AG-15 and remember the brave sailors who never surfaced again. Before we begin, if you love exploring hidden history, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. Now, let's dive into the depths of this forgotten story. To understand AG-15's significance, we first need to look at the AG-class submarines, also known as the Holland 602E class. These submarines were a product of international collaboration, designed in the United States by the Electric Boat Company, built in Canada, and then shipped in sections to Russia, where they were assembled. These submarines were relatively small but highly maneuverable, with a displacement of about 355 tons submerged and a length of 150 feet, 46 meters. They were equipped with 4 torpedo tubes, a surface speed of around 10 knots, and a submerged speed of 8.5 knots, modest by today's standards but effective for the time. During World War I, Russia's Baltic fleet faced constant threats from the German Imperial Navy. To counter this, the AG-class submarines were deployed in the Gulf of Finland, tasked with protecting Russian supply lines and disrupting enemy naval operations. AG-15 was one of these submarines, stationed near Naval, modern-day Tallinn, Estonia, a crucial Russian naval base at the time. However, its career was cut tragically short. The sinking of AG-15 remains shrouded in mystery due to the limited records available. What we do know is that it occurred in late 1917, possibly in October or November, during a training exercise. At the time, the Russian Empire was in turmoil. The Bolshevik Revolution was unfolding, leading to the collapse of the imperial government. Amid this chaos, naval operations continued, with submarines like AG-15 conducting routine training drills in the Gulf of Finland. It was during one such drill that disaster struck. The submarine submerged for a standard maneuver, but it never resurfaced. Unlike combat losses, where damage from enemy attacks is often documented, training accidents tend to leave more questions than answers. So, what exactly happened? One of the most widely discussed theories is that AG-15 collided with its sister submarine, AG-16. There is historical evidence suggesting that AG-16 suffered damage around the same time, possibly from an underwater impact. If both submarines were performing maneuvers at close range, a miscalculation in depth or heading could have led to a fatal collision. Submarines of this era had rudimentary sonar and communication systems, making underwater coordination difficult. A sudden course correction, an error in navigation, or a misinterpreted order could have resulted in the two vessels coming into contact. Given the relatively small size of these submarines, even a minor collision could have caused hull breaches, compromising their ability to resurface. If AG-15's ballast tanks were damaged, the submarine could have lost control and sunk rapidly. Early submarines were notoriously unreliable, and mechanical issues were common. A failure in AG-15's ballast tanks or diving planes could have led to an uncontrollable descent. If a malfunction prevented the crew from blowing the ballast tanks, releasing water to regain buoyancy, the submarine would have sunk like a stone, with no chance of recovery. Additionally, poor maintenance due to wartime conditions and the political instability in Russia at the time might have meant that crucial repairs were overlooked. Submarine navigation, especially in the early 20th century, was as much an art as a science. Poor visibility, combined with inexperienced or fatigued crew members, could have led to miscalculations in depth control, heading adjustments, or emergency procedures. If AG-15 miscalculated its depth and went too deep, water pressure could have crushed the hull, leading to an implosion. Alternatively, if the crew accidentally flooded the wrong tanks during a maneuver, they might have been unable to correct their mistake in time. Unlike more famous submarine tragedies, the loss of AG-15 was barely documented. This was largely due to the political upheaval Russia was experiencing in 1917. With the Bolsheviks overthrowing the provisional government, the Russian Navy was in disarray. Many officers and sailors were caught in the conflict, and military priorities shifted away from recovering lost submarines. There is no record of a significant rescue or salvage operation, suggesting that whatever happened to AG-15, it was either too deep to recover or considered a low priority amid the revolutionary chaos. Families of the lost sailors likely received no official answers, and as the years passed, AG-15 faded into obscurity. Despite its forgotten history, AG-15 has not been completely lost to time. In recent years, maritime historians and wreck divers have started searching for its remains in the Gulf of Finland. Given that AG-14, AG-16, and other AG-class submarines have been located, it is possible that AG-15 still rests on the seafloor, waiting to be discovered. However, the Baltic Sea is notorious for poor visibility, shifting seabeds, and cold water conditions, making wreck searches difficult. If AG-15 is found, it could provide valuable insights into early submarine design, as well as the final moments of its crew. The loss of AG-15 is a reminder of the dangers of early submarine warfare, the sacrifices of the men who served, and the forgotten tragedies of history. While it never fired a torpedo in battle, its crew faced the same dangers as those on the front lines, operating in a dangerous, untested environment where one mistake could be fatal. As we continue to search the past for forgotten stories, we honor those who were lost, not in grand battles, but in silent sacrifices beneath the waves. If you found this story intriguing, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think AG-15 should be searched for and recovered? Should it be preserved as a memorial? And before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Echoes Untold, where history whispers and we listen. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and keep exploring the past. Fact-checked note: the information presented in this episode has been carefully researched and verified using reputable sources, including naval history archives and scholarly publications. For further reading and verification, please refer to the following sources: Russian Submarines of WW1, Naval Encyclopedia, Naval Encyclopedia.com, Russian Submarine AG-11 inches Wikipedia, N. Wikipedia. Org, A. AG, Class Submarines, U-boat.net, UBOAT. Net. These sources provide detailed accounts of the AG-class submarines and their operational histories.